Hi, how you doing? Hope everyone's doing really good. This video is a predictions deck for F47 in 2025. Yeah, we're going to speak a little bit in code, so you know who it is. And if not, check around. You might come to you. Okay, my worry stone. It's in a teardrop. A teardrop shape. It's very nice. I love the feel of it. I've got a what's the one? Tigers. The tiger one. I got that one. But I like this. I like the feel of this. Really do. And then this just regular crystal. Beautiful crystals. Okay. Okay. All right. Predictions in 2025 as it pertains to F47. What's it going to look like for F47 in 2025? What we're looking for. Insight, some guidance, some answers, all of the above. What's in store for him? What will his year in 2025 feel like? How's it going to affect him? What will it do to his cheery disposition? F45/47. Oh, okay. I guess we're ready. We have the greater good showing up. The greater good of who? The billionaires? Yeah, must be. They're his buddies. Billionaires. Okay, and challenge. So many people. So many people. Okay. So the root, the basis, the thoughts, energy weapon. Subconscious thoughts, recent past, duties. Keep quiet. Duties. I wonder who told him to keep quiet. And it's all about his duties. I guess you gotta own somebody. Possible outcome, thoughts and crowns. Stay put. Stay put. Near or short-term future. Moon. No, it means it's unclear. The bottom there, it says unclear. Like the moon is a no card. This is a no card. Short-term future is unclear. Self. Imprisoned and detained. Isn't that interesting? Imprisoned and detained. This is in the self position. Next one, environment. Okay, but yeah, I'll come back and look at all that. Okay, environment. The influence of others. returns to normal. Huh. Okay. Oh, you're already flipped up. Ah, you're okay. We've got in the hopes and fears and insight with relationship to card number 3, which is energy weapons. And the new card is big news. And it's tied to the energy weapons card. And below the energy weapons card is imprisoned, detained. So thoughts, bases, root, self is imprisoned and detained. Interesting. Now the outcome. Heavy burdens. That's his outcome card. Okay. So we look at the situation and the challenge. The greater good is the situation. You're talking about F47, the greater good for him and his billionaire buddies. That's his situation. What's the challenge? So many people. Just so many people. Thoughts, the root of it, the basis. We've got energy weapons on his mind. And he is feeling imprisoned and detained. You know, and this I'm thinking, yeah, he never thought he would ever be in this position as president. Yeah. Okay, subconscious thoughts and recent past duties, keep quiet. And then the environment, the influence of others returns to normal. So for the billionaires, it returns to normal. He's keeping quiet. Environment, influence of others returns to normal. I don't know if MAGA's life's returning to normal. Not the peasants, anyway. They're going to be paying $15 for a dozen eggs. Well, maybe not so much. Maybe not. But tell you what I did. I went to the store last night, to the grocery store. I'll show you what a price tag that I took a picture. You know, it was just that way. I just had to take pictures. Let's see. You see this? See that price tag? Above it, it says Lucerne eggs, large, cage free A. Yeah. 44 cents, 44.4 cents per count. So maybe that's for one of them 5 dozen ones. I didn't do the calculator on it. But yeah. And then, but most of them were just at this time $8.50. You know, at this time in January. And they were $10.50. They got marked down for the regulars in the store. All right. Anyway. Oh yeah, over there, $11.49, $13.99 regular. Yeah, dozen eggs. So, yeah. Let's see what we got. All right. So, anyway, where are we at now? turns to normal, and then possible outcome thoughts in the crown is just to stay put. And the insight, looking at the relationship with the energy weapon card here. Big news. So we'll see how that washes out. And then near short-term future, we got unclear. Moon card. Usually the answer is no, or it's unclear. So this is unclear. And the final or possible outcome, heavy burdens. So in 2025. So I don't see anything that's coming to an end here. It's just all rolling on. It's going to be interesting. So, and let's see what the shadow card is. Oh, look at that. All for money. Yep. The grift goes on. And the grift goes on. Drums keep pounding rhythm in the brain. La-di-da-di-dee. La-di-da-di-da. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's what I got about 45. F45. F47. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to end this with an oracle. Let's see. Oracle. Oh, you know, this would be a good one for the blind spot. Okay. The blind spot. Is it going to be the collective's blind spot or F45's / F47 blind spot? Let's see. Let's ask if F47, if there's a blind spot for him. What's his blind spot? And then I'll see what the Maga's blind spot. And then what's the rest of us? Then the rest of us. Where do we fall in this blind spot? Okay, so first off here, for F45 / F47, asking about his blind spot in 2025. Right? So 2025. What is the blind spot? What is his blind spot? What is his blind spot? F47. What is it? This one's calling at me. Okay. All right, so this is his blind spot. Okay, let's do Maga's blind spot. And then everyone else who isn't him or Maga. We'll have 3 blind spots. How about that? Make it interesting, shall we? I think we should make it interesting. Okay, Maga blind spot. What is Maga's blind spot when it comes to 47? F47, that is. What is the blind spot when it comes to Maga? And they have a blind spot with F47. What incarnation is that all about? F47, Maga's blind spot. What is it? All right. All right, now, everybody else, anyone who's not Maga or F47, and his billionaire friends, of course, leaves all the rest of us that are Democrats or independents or hippy dippy lovers, lovers of humanity, you know, those of us who value life. What is our blind spot when it comes to F47 and the magas? What is our blind spot? Oh, sorry. Leaning back. F47 and the magas. What is our blind spot when it comes to these two characters here? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's look at his first. Oh, look at that. He's got the number 16. That's the Seagill. Seagill, I think that's how you pronounce it. The Seagills is that artwork right there. Okay. Let's take a look. See what blind spot there is. Oh, control. Control. Okay, what's it say? If you have drawn the sigil, you are doing what you are doing for control. Your hidden motive of control is causing you pain and other people pain as well. You are most likely trying to control the inevitable or control the uncontrollable. As a result, you are feeling powerless, terrified, and out of control. You are focusing on something as if it's something that you can control, and as if controlling it will prevent pain. This is especially true when you are trying to control things external to you. It is a super blithe, powerless position to put yourself in, to require them to do something else so that you can feel good. In this way, trying to control puts you squarely out of control. This is why it could be said that control is an illusion. Look at the situation and ask yourself, how am I trying to control in this scenario? Criticism is often an attempt to gain control of others. We are only critical of something when we are afraid and we will be affected by something. Criticism is a cry for help in disguise. It is a cry for help that says I feel powerless to others, and so I can't trust myself to make myself feel good, and especially to feel emotionally safe. And so I need you to correct this thing that is going to cause me pain so I don't have to feel bad. Control is impregnated with disapproval. If I am going to control myself, I am disapproving of myself in some way and distrusting of myself in some way. If I am controlling of other people, I am disapproving of and distrusting them in some way. If you have drawn the seagull constantly trying to assert your power to influence or direct your own and other people's behavior as well as the course of events is the problem at hand. You are controlling yourself and or controlling others in ways that do not benefit anyone. What behaviors and course of events exactly are you trying to avoid? The way that you are going about it may simply be getting you into another painful situation. Pushing against what you do not want is making it impossible to bring about what you actually do want. Wow, that was pretty heavy. But yeah, you got the controlling thing there. Okay, now this is a MAGA. What is their blind spot? MAGA's blind spot? Are you kidding? He got 16, they got 17. Yeah, and this is blame. Is it blame? 17 is blame. Okay, yeah. Okay, so if you have drawn this seagull, you are blaming others and blaming circumstances instead of clearly seeing what you were thinking, saying, and doing to create the situation at hand. Yeah. Okay. Look at yourself honestly. Do you have a reason or excuse about why something went wrong that absolves you from guilt, responsibility, or fault? It is understandable why you would choose this perspective or choose to only see someone else's fault in a situation. Seeing your own fault makes you feel terrible about yourself and desperate because it means you might have been able to do something different, that you have potentially prevented the negative situation at hand. That is torture for most people to become aware of. But if you refuse to see your responsibility and even fault in the situation, you will not see what you could have done differently. This guarantees that you cannot make actual remedies to the situation. You are therefore likely to end up in exactly the same situation over and over until you see where you went wrong and what you need to do differently. It is important not to blame yourself. It is also important not to blame others. Instead, we must clearly see what was their responsibility and what was ours relative to the situation at hand. What we must not do is to use our awareness of what was theirs or even invent inaccurate stories about how they are to blame to avoid seeing what is our responsibility. If you have drawn this seagull, you need to take responsibility for your actions. Responsibility is the opportunity to act independently because you are the one who has the duty to deal with something autonomously. This makes you the one who is accountable. Responsibility is also required to achieve an aim. Not taking responsibility is like standing at the end of a bowling alley, hoping someone else will throw the bowling ball for you so that you don't have to be accountable for the result of doing so yourself. This is what we are doing when we are blaming others. We are putting ourselves in a position of powerlessness and telling ourselves we could or can do nothing about the situation we are in. Responsibility comes with a certain kind of pressure. Now is the time to really accept and take on this pressure for the sake of your own life and your own relationships. Okay. Interesting. 16 and then 17. F45, F47, and Megan. Now, for the rest of us, we got 41. A lot more going on. If you look at the 3, there's a lot more going on in this crowd, whatever this is. Okay, let's get her done. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Really? Okay, I gotta look this word up. Just a second here. Chicanery. Chicanery. Is that what it? Okay, I gotta look it up just so I can be sure. So I can be sure of what I'm thinking. It's CHICAN, chicanery. Yeah, chicanery. Definition: the use of trickery to achieve a political, financial, or legal purpose. An underhanded person who schemes corruption and political chicanery behind closed doors. Oh, man. That's okay. Absolutely, I can see that. By the ones who got money and the ones that are in the public offices, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, look at high rolling Pelosi and Schumer. Yeah. Insider trading all the way. Insider trading all the way. Shenanery. And that's what it is, too. So, if you have drawn the seagull, the extremely positive attitude or behavior you are showing towards something suggests you feel you lack or fear you lack a trait you deeply desire. When you fear you lack something, instead of becoming aware that you feel that lack within yourself, and instead of overcompensating in other areas, you overdo it in the area of deficiency. For example, you may be socially anxious, but you overcompensate by acting overly socially confident. Okay, you've seen this. These cards are over here. Huh. I'm going to move these over so you can see them a little bit better. Got the glare. There you go. Okay. For example, you may be socially anxious, but you overcompensate by acting overly socially confident. Or if a person fears that deep down they are prejudiced and therefore lack perceived goodness of character, they will often go to extreme lengths to prove their generosity and positive attitude. They will act unprejudiced and demand equality from those who are openly prejudiced relative to a stigmatized group of people. This is even truer when their sense of themselves as unprejudiced is threatened in some way. Overly positive or rigid attitudes can so suggest underlying negativity we are trying to deny, reject, suppress, avoid, and disown. If you have drawn this seagull in this situation, you are terrified about something you fear that you lack. As a result, you are overcompensating to try to cover over the truth about the truth that you either fear that you lack that thing or actually do lack that thing. All right. Are you fooling anyone? Are you fooling yourself? What are you afraid? What are you afraid that you lack? What would be so bad about lacking that thing for you personally? Now is the time to face that lack, which you are using shenanery to try to prove doesn't exist. And that's the end of that card. The extremely positive attitude behavior you're showing towards something suggests you feel you lack or feel or fear you lack. Yeah. Yeah. These two are pretty clear to me. This one, it feels more like the ruling class of the others, of everyone who's not him or MAGA. You know, like I said, Pelosi, Schumer, all them that got the kings or the keys to whatever kingdom this is. Oh, well. Anyway, that was interesting. Oh, isn't this something? Look at this, the shadow card. 42, 41. It's got 16, 17, 41, and 42. Now, because it's 42, I'm going to have to look at it. I have to look at it. Look at that. That is something else. Man. Okay. 42. Others see it, you don't. Oh my God. We are so messed up. Okay, I'm going to read this. Others see it, you don't. If you have drawn the seagull, other people see you or see the situation you're in much better than you currently see yourself or the situation. In this scenario, other people clearly see what is your blind spot because it is not a blind spot for them. The seagull is straightforward. There is a time not to follow the counsel of other people's perspectives and instead favor your own. This is not that moment. Act proactively to get their perspectives or listen to the ones already being shared. You will most likely find that in this scenario, most other people have reached a kind of consensus about the situation. Most of them, if not all of them, agree. The consensus can be very wrong, but this time it is very right. Seek the counsel of those who you have experienced to be objective-minded. Seek the counsel of those who live their life in a practice of consciousness instead of those who are ruled by what is in their subconscious. That being said, in this scenario, almost everyone, no matter how conscious they are, can see what you do not see. Don't feel ashamed that you cannot see what is in your blind spot when everyone else can. This is the case for all of us. It is always easier for people to see things about us and about situations that we are identified with. It is easier for someone to be objective and even walk away from the table when they have no skin in the game, so to speak. Do not let this shame prevent you from accepting their opinion. Besides, in a universe where all is one, seeking counsel from others is simply seeking counsel from yourself. It is the act of seeking counsel from parts of yourself that can see the current situation more clearly than can the part that you are currently identified with, the you that you call by your name. Wow. Well, wow. Okay. That's all I got to say is wow. I mean, because that hit home. I have been, and just in the last 24 hours too, come across, like in my state, in Washington, there's conservative ladies. They got a site, and then the gun people got a site, and they've been watching the new bills get passed and the new laws going into effect, and so this has been cropping up, and I've been checking it out, and I think that's what this was talking about. We have to listen. If we're going to move forward, we got to listen. We have to listen to them. We have to hear them. We have to become able to dialogue, without emotion, with our rational intellect, brain. So anyway, it's going to be interesting. Let me know what you think. Take real good care of yourselves. Love yourself, love the others, and be the light, because you are the light. And I will see you hopefully in the next video. You have a good day. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye for now.